First of all, it's really a privilege here to be, share my thoughts on preschool, and I'm sure it's an opportunity for everyone, all of us, including the panelists, to share and get. Every time we share, we learn a lot. That is a whole idea of the workshops. Well, I think I'm maybe this very small fish here in the ocean of preschool industry. We started a couple of years back. Among all the big giants here, I just heard there were more than 300 preschools, 800 preschools, 700 preschools. But still, it's definitely a kind of a opportunity for me to share. But at the same time, whatever I'm going to talk, it's going to be only my personal opinion. As you all know, I'm not an authority in this field as of now. It's all, you have to take it from that perspective. And second thing, before I start, I take the opportunity to introduce my baby, my product. I should say it's our baby, because baby can't be by one person. So we have started this product a few years back, and that's a Little Ellie. We are really passionate about our product, Little Ellie, because it's somewhere we feel it's a little world of joy we are trying to share with the little. That's with that core concept we work. We believe that world is a playground, the world is a fairy tale, the world is a Little Ellie for a little one. Also, Little Ellie was born with the desire to nurture the child and lay a healthy foundation for a learned society. We started our concept. The reason why I'm telling we, because like Amol rightly mentioned some time back, this preschool, this brand, it's not started by me. It's by my wife. So that's the reason I'm telling it's we. Maybe she was passionate to do something to do with the little one. So later date, I joined her business. But it's originally started by my wife, Preeti Bhandari. She's not here now. So we started because we did a little bit of, start in Kuwait when we were in Middle East. We started our first preschool, Little Ellie, in 1999 in Kuwait. And it's become one of the strong brand with the Asian expats, because in Middle East we have European expats and Asian expats and all. So with the Asian expats, within a span of 2 years, it's become a kind of a leading preschool. So which gave her a confidence. Then some reason we have to move to India. Then she wanted to do the same thing here. I was totally in a different industry. I was in publishing and distribution that time. So we started our first preschool in 2005. Today, our current reach is around 4,000 plus child enrollment, spread over 90 centers in 12 cities. That's Little Ellie. So I won't be talking much about our Little Ellie now. So our subject is not my preschool, it's my brand. The subject is opportunities and challenges in the preschool industry. Well, see, when we categorize this preschool environment, we feel, normally everyone knows in this hall at least, there are 3 models prevailing in India. The majority comes from the unorganized preschools. I don't know the statistics, whatever, it says around 80%. Yeah, somewhere I was just going through the statistics, around 70 to 80% comes from unorganized preschools. Where the organized preschool chain, where we belong to, it's maybe a small percentage, And also the other thing, it is a school feeder. A lot of schools have their preschools inbuilt in the same campus itself. These are basically three different models available, currently in India. Well, organized preschool is always a challenge. And organized preschools making a total difference in this spectrum. Because, as we see, like organized preschools, I don't want to name any brand here, because we all belongs to a kind of organized preschools. We offer a scientific basic for their, whatever the execution model or a designs, or, that there is some kind of a research gone, and we offer that. We offer a personalized and professional approach. Whoever wants to set up a preschool, we will have some kind of a tailor-made, and we can personalize that model depending on the area, segment, and what kind, kind of people around that catchment. So, sorry. We also have a research-based curriculum. So there, you don't have to look what I have to do, what kind of the model, what kind of a lesson plan I have to do, how the teacher's instruction has to go through. So the kind of a research-based curriculum we follow. The constant upgradation, which is required, which is a part of, in this industry, where we'll have to, to retain our parents' confidence and give them a kind of, feeling that we are a part of a growing industry. Also, collective marketing initiative to penetrate the market with a brand perception, basically, everyone is looking for some kind of, even they are buying something, they just want to see brand. Kind of a brand perception we have to give. Then all this organized chain also have a set and proven operating practices, standard operating SOP, and business practices. So here we make a difference. The organized preschools make a difference in this area. I'll give a small example here. So recently, last month, this has happened in Bangalore. One of our co-brand, some other brand, they were having a preschool. And one lady called Radha, she was running a preschool in that area. And she was doing fairly well. Suddenly, she realized that, the one fine morning, there's the national brand, whatever the brand is, opened next to her compound, the next to her campus, the new preschool brand. And she was doing something, fairly good number, around 50s. And suddenly the number started dropping, going down. And it reached to 25 the next year. And suddenly, end of the year, she realized that next year she will have no business. Because why I'm trying to see this concept? Because, see, all these days she was realizing that she was doing a good job. And she had a good parent, feedback. And she was trying to charge whatever best in that area. And suddenly she started feeling that she's nowhere. If she will continue with the same kind of thing, and maybe she'll have to close down. So through a common friend of hers, she approached us, and she's gone through a whole process of, we have seen the place, and we said, fine, we can go ahead, we can do, but provided you have to follow certain criteria. First of all, you'll have to appoint a person who's totally, I don't think the existing person can run the show, because it will be very difficult to make them unlearn, because they have been following certain things. It will be very difficult for us to make them unlearn. So we have put like A to, kind of, these are the things you have to follow. Suddenly she realized, I didn't know, I've been doing this preschool from the last 4-5 years, but I didn't know there is so much inside. This is what the organized preschools are making a difference. Because all these points which I have covered in my earlier slide, this is what she realized when she came to our orientation program, when she came to a 3-day training program, when she realized that there is a certain kind of a safety related, there are certain kind of a, she started realizing, even though she was doing this business from the last 5 years, this is the difference what organized preschools are offering. Organized preschools as an opportunity. I don't want to say like, the market is so much and so US dollars and we have only penetrated this much. All these statistics are there, that's available. But what I see today, what we see as an opportunity, because increasing awareness about a preschool. The parents are, earlier there used to be grandparents or someone, the big family. Today the family is shrinking and nuclear family. They are looking for options and they are also aware of what's happening in the first 5 years. So the increased awareness about a preschool and the child development with the new age parents, this is an opportunity which ability to pay for a quality education. Financially we are much in a better position today than we can always pay much, compared to 10 years before. Also demand for a better facilities, the trained staff. Parents are looking beyond daycare and crashes because the earlier preschool means the parking a child. You don't have anyone to look, and the 2-3 hours child will go to next door auntie and she will take care of, she will teach some ABCD, some rhyme, some basic. So that is used to be there. Now, the parents are looking beyond this. And one more thing, the preschool probably one of the industry where the entry barriers are, it's very easy. It's a low entry barriers to set up a preschool. Finance side as well as, am I going, okay, sorry, I'll just, and the SOP and the marketing and training material supports what we give. So organized preschool as a challenge. There are a lot of challenge for organized preschools. I will not, some of the challenges is increasing cost of operation for the center, getting a right place in the right market, right area. That is going to be one of the other challenge what we face. Consistency and quality of delivery and availability of right location. Then the competitions from a small auntie setup, kind of a passing by preschools. And also, I would say in this forum that the lack of regulation, preschool probably is, most of the states today, and there is no regulating authority as such. But this is an opportunity from one angle, and also it's a challenge from another angle, because when we were in abroad, we started a preschool. There used to be a lot of regulation, boards we used to pass through, but that itself gives us a confidence. Okay, this we don't have to see because the authority is there to look out. But this is a kind of a challenge. Then managing challenges at Little Ellie. How we manage these challenges? See, we have a rigorous evaluation of business with the franchisee. When franchisee approaches us, we do a kind of a business plan with them and see the feasibility. And then when it comes to hiring us staff, we have stringent norms. We also have a robust and frequent training for our franchisees and the teachers. Also, we have kind of IT tools for operational excellence, kind of ERP, control for a consistency of execution, because we may be having the best of the curriculum, but if it is not executed well, so we need to have some kind of a IT tool just to see whether this is done well. Then feedback, parents' feedback, and we take those, the continuous, whatever the improvement, wherever required. Then the audit process, whether it's from curriculum audit or a safety audit. So we have people who are doing their audit in regular intervals. So from this, from a Little Ellie perspective, we try to manage the challenges. Thank you. I think maybe the questions we'll take collectively together.